Hi and welcome to Makeup Mugwump. It's morning time and I haven't gotten ready yet, and so I thought I would use you as my accountability partner to hustle my butt downstairs to get to work. I don't have meetings this morning, which is wonderful, but also terrible because typically I use my first meeting time as like go time to get, all the way done, breakfast, supplements taken, all that. I don't have any meetings this morning. So you're going to help me. Thank you for being my friend and helping me. Hit subscribe so you can help me get ready other days too. I didn't even put in contacts for y'all. I'm not very grateful apparently because we're going to do this blind today, which is great. It's perfect. It's perfect. We're going to do it blind. I do have, my face has been moisturized and sunscreened. And yeah, I'm going to use a sample. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Aqua Brilliance Watery Glow Primer. And I'm a big fan of glow anything. Oh, I didn't get the actual lip cut off. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Can you come out now? Can you come out now? Come on, foil packet. You got this. Oh, we're under pressure. Okay, we can do this. How difficult would a foil packet be? You'd be surprised, friend. Okay. Futurist, whatever. Expensive primer. All we have is a foil packet. I have that Estee Lauder foundation that looks like this. But I don't think I've ever had an Estee Lauder primer before. And I don't think I'll have it now because I bet the price of this is very expensive. It's very nice. It is watery. It looks like a moisturizer, but it's real thin. So there's that. How glowy is it? I don't know. I can't see you. I can't see anyone. My eyesight is like blind as bat. I just can't. I know bats aren't blind, but you know what I'm talking about. I have like negative 4.75 and negative 5.25. Like we're pretty hardcore. I can see light. I can see some colors. I see that there is a person in a mirror. Have absolutely no definition whatsoever. So we're obviously gonna go for intricate makeup today. I'm kidding. I'm wearing my Fanta shirt today, which is one of my favorites. I did a mixer on another mixer on my Good Apple foundation from KVD vegan whatever, and I got it kind of everywhere, which is great because I also probably put on way too much right then. So I had shade 012, like 012. She was way too dark. Then I bought shade 002, way too light. I have also purchased 006, which is my actual shade. I've used up, I think, a 008, maybe, and just sucked it up and used it too dark, right? But I mixed in 002 with 012, and then I had already mixed up like half of it, and it was still a little bit too dark, so I went ahead and mixed the rest of it. So 002 is now empty. 012 is now, I don't know, it's not quite perfect, but I think it will do. I think we're going to make do with this mixed shade until it's gone. And that's like, I don't want to waste the product because it is it's one of my favorite, like top, I don't know, 3 foundations, maybe 5 of like all time. Like it's so good. And I know that a lot of people, when it first hit, everybody bought it, but didn't know how to wear it, or they didn't know like what kind of skin this was good for. My dog is snoring. I really hope you can hear her. It's really great for normal skin. Like I get a little oily in my T-zone depending on what products I use. I wear something glowy underneath it almost every time I wear it so that it doesn't look too flat. And I adore it. The shade matching was the hardest thing for me. And now that I've got my shade, I still can't wear it because I'm trying to use all the other shades that I got in error. I know I could return it, but I cannot. I don't return makeup. That's just a thing I can't do. I don't know. Because I know they're just going to throw it away because of hygiene, and I totally understand. I mean, what would they do with it otherwise? I'd rather just go ahead and try to make it work. I am a huge believer in try to make it work for everything, but especially foundations. With all of the things that we can get nowadays for tone correction, for, you can add so many things. You can add straight up just your moisturizer. You can add oils. You can add serums. You can add all highlighters. You can add all kinds of things to your foundation to make it work for you, to solve the problem that you have. And so I am just a proponent of make it work for foundation. I just threw on the original Kat Von D Lock It Concealer, which is old school, but I'm trying to use it up. I have hiccups. We know about it. Try to use that up as well. But you need so little of it that you're going to be using it forever. That's what I've learned. My hair is a whole zip code today. But I'm trying to stop wearing it up so much. This is the Benefit Lemonade little pathetic eye primer that I've been trying to use up for at least this year. This is so old they don't sell it anymore. And so it's a thing, but it works perfectly. And I think it is the oldest eye primer in my collection. So since it works and I have had no issues with it, like giving me the eye funk, I'm trying to use it up because I'm sort of working through some products like that are just either close or really old. And it's not like super, I'm not like I'm panning these things and, charting my progress on it like some folks do. I love watching y'all's videos when you are doing that because I'm living vicariously through y'all when you use up your products. But I am just making a concerted effort that if I don't care, like if I don't have anything else like specific I want to use, then I'm going to use these products. And I set them like right in front of me on my vanity. This is another one, the Laura Mercier Under Eye Brightening Powder thing. We're close, like we're real close to using it up. It's a great product. It's not that I don't like these. It's that we were close, and so we're now making the effort. This is a Trigwell puff from Trigwell Cosmetics. It comes in a 2-pack off of Beauty Bay. And I love the puff. I love the shape. I love the size. Now the giant puffs that I got, they were from Shein. So She Glam, I guess. They're giant. And they work, but you're gonna have your whole face covered in one puff. I do like puffs for setting. I've used brushes for years. And some days I'll use a brush just feeling froggy. I like a brush for a pressed powder and a puff for a loose powder. I don't know why. The loose powder that I'm using to set every day that I don't have something else to use is one that I am trying to use up for the packaging alone. It's the Flower Beauty Satin, hold on, let me tell you the actual name of it. Satin Finishing Powder. It's this beautiful glowy, not super glowy though, like not highlighter at all. I'm knocking everything down right now. But it's this glowy powder that the packaging is so bulky that I just can't be bothered to keep it around, and I don't want to throw it out full. I can't figure out how to pry open the packaging to get the powder out, so I'm just gonna suck it up and use it. And I'm being very brave, admittedly, doing so. It's touch and go around here. Okay. I'm ready for fall, y'all. I cannot tell you. I'm sure that all y'all are too. If you are in a place that is warm, you in the northern hemisphere, you understand. And it's not been like record-breaking temperatures lately, but the heat index, so what it actually feels like, is nasty. And I live in North Carolina, which is on the eastern seaboard, and we are in the gross, moist air part of the world. So it is disgusting, and it is not it's not nice to walk outside. It's like walking in soup. It's disgusting. And so you're frequently taking showers and never getting dry. Oh, it's terrible. But we're nearing the end of August here, folks. So hopefully we're getting towards where we actually start fall. Today's a rainy day, which I'm super excited about. Today is also report running day, pivoting day for, Excel, for those of you who follow me in my work escapades. So we will be pivoting most of today and digging for the right reports to give the information that we're looking for. And so it'll be warm and cozy with my monitor most of the day. Hence I'm not putting in contacts. It's literally a glasses day for all that. Brows were e.l.f. Instant whatever pencil. The new product, Lift and Snatch Tint Pen from NYX, which I love. Old product, Standby, iMethod Beauty Grooming and Volumizing Brow Gel in the shade 04. It's on Amazon, and I love it. You can see down below in my description box, I rarely mention this, but down below in my description box are some links and stuff and some codes that different brands have sent, either products or just a code or whatever. So you can always check that out. iMethod Beauty is one of them. They have great brow products. Okay, probably my favorite part, blush, bronzer, highlight. And I've been working on, since I pulled it, my Beauty Benefits, which is not even a real brand, pressed powder. And it's just this gross thing, but it makes a really pretty bronzer. So I got it from the dollar store 55 years ago. And it's produced by Marklands, which is Wet n Wild and Black Radiance. It's that parent company. And so it is a Wet n Wild product, basically. And I like it. It's a really pretty bronzer. And I like it. I do want to use like a purpley blush today, but I don't know. Let's find. I've got my Kubai Kai blush palettes on my vanity. I could go that. I know what I want to use. Hold on. And I don't know if I can use it on top of powder. I've used it. Oh yeah. This is the About Face Cheek Freak Blush Balm in Score. I've used it, you can see grossly. I've used it as underneath my powder. I've never tried it on top. So let's try on top today and see how we blend out on top of powder. Let's see. I'm going to use just I really hope you can hear her snore. It is everything down there. Okay, I've got too much, probably. All right, I'm going to stamp a little bit out. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. We got a lot. That's okay. We're gonna get a lot more. Okay. Just hold on. I promise. I think it's gonna be okay. I hope. Should we use... Let's go with the Beauty Blender. When I get too much, like when there's too much product, like I just did again, using a Beauty Blender can not only blend, but this is a Lunar Beauty sponge, so it's a good one. But using a sponge, a damp sponge specifically, can help blend out, but also pick up excess, which is what I needed to do here because I got excess of where... How do we... I mean, it's not picking up anything underneath that I'm seeing, which is nice. It may be just how I got it concentrated on the brush. I want a little bit more on the old cheekers and a little on the nose. Okay. I said I wanted a purple blush. This is a really pretty... I think I'd probably do it differently. I can see that I got it concentrated on a part of the brush that, like the tips of the brush instead of like in the center. But this is, it's just a gorgeous shade. Here, let me swatch it. It's just beautiful. And you can, I mean, I just use it with my fingers, or you can use it like with a, I mean, you can use it with a brush or with a sponge. But when I was getting ready in my car with, here's a sentence for you, for my internship over the summer, this past summer, I would definitely use my fingers, and it worked really well. Like I didn't have any brushes with me, and I certainly didn't have any water to dampen a sponge. So I had a dry sponge, and I would use, I mean, I'd have a, oh gosh, maybe I should do a full face of no like brushes, because I would do this like every day that I had an internship, because I'd get there really early because the parking was horrible. So I'd need a parking space. So I'd leave really early to get the parking space, but then I'd be sitting in my car forever, and I didn't want to, so I got ready in the car. Long story, apparently too long. But I did use makeup wipes to clean off my hands, and I'd use my hands for everything. Foundation. I think I had a puff for powder, and I had a sponge, but it was dry. Maybe I'll do, if you're interested, let me know. It's probably an interesting thing that I did. I don't know. It was different for me, but it also was probably the most effective. It worked really well for me. Okay, so there is a face with some blush for sure. And I like it. Okay. This is my like brush cup that I got in my Illumicrate like book subscription that I have. And so some things come in that are like book adjacent, and so that was one, and I use it for my makeup brushes. Ta-da! Okay, let me get my eye primer sorted out, and then we will get going on. Oh, I know exactly what eye look I want to do today. It's why I wore my Fanta shirt today, because I have a need for a purple look today. So we're gonna go purple look today. I'm gonna set my eye primer with apparently something on this brush. Awesome. But it's supposed to be just a cream, but there was a little bit of brown left on that brush. That's what I get for not paying attention, but that's okay. So that crease is a little bit browner than I anticipated. That's okay. But I want to use, probably for the last time this year, This is my summer. It actually was my spring and summer, like, custom palette that I put together for this year. I've already put together my fall. We'll talk about that. I'll do a video of like my fall stuff. I haven't used it yet, but I've put it together. And it's one of my favorite things to do, is to like take all my singles and look at them all and then put together my own palette for the season. So this is spring and summer. I liked it so much in spring that I kept using it during the summer and decided it would work for both. So today we're going to use these two down here for purples, and then I've got a Sugar Drizzle, really beautiful special shade that I want to put over top. And I'm just pleased to have used some of my colorful shades, but also I just love to put color stories together. It's part of what I love about makeup and cosmetics in general. And so I just love it. I have a lot of depotted shades from a brand I no longer actually purchase from, just because it's problematic, but it is absolutely stunning, beautiful makeup. And I'm not going to throw it away. I'm just going to use it and enjoy it. But there are plenty of other matte, like lavender shades. You could certainly use the Lilac You a Lot from ColourPop for this kind of look. It's just a matte lavender, and then we're just going to put a lavender shimmer on the lid and then just top it with the special glittery thing. Like, it's not super complex, it's not super deep, it's just real simple. But it's gorgeous. Like, it's just so pretty. And I put a lavender shimmer under the special shade so that it's like everywhere that I want the color to be, so that there's not like flesh showing through. So it's just kind of an undershade. That would be pretty enough as a look, without any kind of, you know, glittery duochrome, multichrome, or whatever underneath. But I almost always put something underneath, a real pretty topper, just so that I have the staying power of the color and that I don't miss anything. Sometimes those toppers have very little as a base pigment, and so otherwise you would just see, you know, either whatever you put on underneath. So either if your eyeshadow primer has pigment in it, which mine did, or you set your lid with a specific shade, you'd see that. But just, I always usually put something underneath. Now, this is my Sugar Drizzle Trash palette. And I have a shade that is leaching. And you can see it. It's leaching the oil or the liquid or the filler, whatever. It's leaching that ingredient into the packaging. Now, I could certainly contact and what, I don't mind. It's, the shade came a little bit broken, so I pressed it back down and it is slowly leaching, and but it's still working just fine. But I do want to get as much use out of this shade as I can, in case it does change the integrity of the shade over time. That's not to say that I'm like wearing it every day, because I'm not. But I do want to make a concerted effort that if I'm going to wear a lavender lilac-y look like this, that I'm keeping in mind that that shade might become an issue over the course of months/years. It's not. There's no issue with it at all. There's a little fallout because I got too much on my finger. These are very soft, and they are absolutely gorgeous. But this one, again, it came a little broken, pressed it back down. I have no problem with it, especially when it comes to independent makeup brands. There are all kinds of formulas, and shipping is such an unknown. You know, you've seen different videos and all where your package gets literally chucked, and there's no guarantee. After it leaves, you know, the independent beauty brand, after they ship it, they have no control over how fragile someone, or even how fragile like automated box chuckers and they have no control. And so I'm okay with A, that it broke, B, that it's leaching because it came up above the top of the pan. That's the reason why it's leaching. The formula for that shade is no different than the formula for the other shades except for the color. And so it's just when it touches the cardboard, it will leach, but the rest of them aren't. I'm okay with it. However, I do have, there's another shade in here that is just so gorgeous. I'm going to take the smallest amount and I'm going to put that in the super duper front. Just the super duper front. Just right there. I can't help myself with these shades. They are absolutely stunning. This is called Junk Food Junkie. The one that's leaching is called Snack Time. I've used it probably 4 times now. And I have been, I mean, it's just, you can't beat it with a stick. It's so gorgeous. But this light shade is just as pretty, if not, oh, makes me so happy. I can't. You can use, if you got one palette, I used this one last week, the peach one. If you got one palette like this from an independent makeup brand like Sugar Drizzle, I have multiple, but if you got one and it's got these, they're all shimmers. Can you make an eye look with this? Absolutely. With just this? Absolutely. This is not what I use this palette for. I use this palette as a companion to any matte shades or any other shimmer shades that I have in my collection. When I did the peach look last week, I think I used, I used a couple of mattes from Retro Glam, maybe, from Natasha Denona. It was just a really soft look, but it's just a beautiful, it's just so gorgeous. You can't get finishes, and the wet look that you get, you cannot beat it with a stick. But this has been a go-to. This duo down here, 10 out of 10. It's just been used to slam death. Now, this shade looks like hell. It's been through it. This shade is wonderful. These two is just a super quick one and done, or these two, super quick one and done. I just love like a palette that it uses itself. You don't have to think very much, but it makes a lot of sense. I'm going to do, I think I'm going to tightline today. I don't know why I feel like it, but I do. This is the Clinique Quick Liner, which is one of my favorites for eyeliner, for tightline. And I think I got like whatever, either one in a gift with purchase or something like that. Started using it and I really do like them. This is an intense black. And then I'm going to, let's do some mascara. I've got, this would be a great look to pair with lashes if you wanted to. With the pivot tables today, I shan't be doing that. I'm only going to quickly do some mascara and try not to smear it everywhere. Yes, we do. And then consider what I'm going to do for lips. Oh, I think I know what I want to do today. I have an idea. My right eye lashes droop way faster than my left, so I always go back and curl them again, just because. All right, I want to try my CoverGirl Exhibitionist Uncensored one more time. I think this one was the one that was smudging, but I can't remember. So here, help me remember at the end of today to look for the smudging. If it's this one, then I'm going to go ahead and throw in my empties because I don't want that. Don't need that in my life, but I can't remember if it's this one or another one. So we're going to make a concerted effort today. We're going to be intentional with our mascara usage and pay attention before we wipe it off our face tonight. This is not waterproof. This is just a regular old you know, extreme black color or whatever, but it's not waterproof. It's a nice mascara. It's not terrible. But I just can't remember if it's the one that smudges. There's one down here that does, and I can't figure it out. Okay. There is, see, it's not even, you can't hardly see that I'm wearing unicorn makeup, even though you should be able to see I'm wearing unicorn makeup. But, oh, it's gorgeous. My goodness, I'm pretty. This is the lip I want to use. I pulled it earlier, I forgot. Lunar Beauty Liquid Lipstick in Perfection. This is it's the most beautiful nude in the entire world. I had a beautiful subscriber send me a bunch of Lunar Beauty stuff. And I love every last bit of it. Isn't that pretty? It's slightly peachy, not very peachy, slightly peachy, but that's pretty. It's a great formula too. Okay, we're stunning. We're purpley, but not too purpley. We are unicorny, but not too unicorny. These glasses are, I mean, you can tell they are literally falling apart. These are my original pair of Zenni glasses. I mean, original, like when they first launched Zenni so many years ago. These Wayfarer or whatever with the little orange lining. I have worn them slam to death, and I love them. If you have prescription glasses, I highly recommend that you check out Zenni. There's a code down below too, or a link or whatever. I've worn them for years, and I love them so much. They're perfect. Okay, look, we got going, we got ready. We did this in about 30 minutes. I'm proud of us. Let's go take our vitamins for the day and let's get pivoting. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Please like and subscribe to this video if you did. I thank you for being my accountability partners and getting ready and getting downstairs when I'm a remote worker. Y'all, did you hear my elbow crack? I'm getting old. Y'all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.